it sounds like they're going to be trading A.J. Brown to probably the New England Patriots after June 1st when the cap hit eases out for the Eagles. So, it's a player they had rated much higher on the board than where they took him, at a position where they're going to have him. I love the pinstripe, so the fit was good, but do you like the actual fit on the offense with this team of Kyle Leonard?
Not as much. So I understand that they need to replace the receiver, but if you think back to the best versions of the Eagles offense, it's not when they had two really great receivers, when they had a dominant offensive line. They had those really good receivers last year. An offensive line wasn't as good as we've grown accustomed to seeing there in Philadelphia, and the offense struggled. I think the difference between this team and the team they had last year and the one they had the year before was that O-line play. So I anticipated that they were going to make a choice to try to bolster that offensive line, especially since they're losing Jeff Stoutland, their like future Hall of Fame, maybe offensive line coach. So I was surprised by the Lemons selection, but I think it does really hammer home the point. A.J. Brown is on his way out.
Yeah, Nick, I think you're absolutely right. This offense is usually at its best when they're physical, can run the football up front. A lot's been talked about what Jalen Hurts hasn't been able to do, and the difference of what he's going to need to be able to do under Sean Mannion in this Shanahan type offense. He's going to need to be able to attack the middle of the field. He hasn't been able to do that. Great nugget from Hembo. 38.4% of his pass attempts between the numbers the last 2 years is 5 the lowest in the NFL.
They already got plans for the land. So if our neighborhoods was rubble, they already had plans for the land. They use a chemical drug over here. It was chemical warfare over here. It was modern warfare over there. But it's warfare nonetheless. And like anything else, a lot of times it got something to do with property and land. So the people who own these neighborhoods, the people who own these buildings, if they wasn't black, they let it go to the point where it was condemned. So the city would come back with their urban renewal plans, gentrification plans, and pay them top dollar. There's a lot of niggas that got a 50 ball, a 100 ball, a 300 ball, but shit that was worth less than $30,000 because they already had plans for it. When white flight happened because niggas was coming to the city to get city jobs, come to the city because that's where the factories was, and white people started going out to the suburbs. Trust me, they had to plan that motion in. I'm gonna get these white people and their money back to these cities. Because they take all the money to the suburbs. But now they'll tell you that the suburbs is where they built the American dream. And as soon as they built this idea of the American dream, 3 kids, a dog, 2 cars, white picket fence, they ran a lot of niggas out of that experience. But they want to tell you about black people that own their homes, black people that own their businesses. If we're not talking about black people that own their businesses, we're not gonna talk about the wild drugs. I want to hear that shit. You got no propaganda. Don't bring me numbers and not contributing factors. That's all I'm saying. This behavior don't come out of nowhere. Black people don't desire to be poor. I don't hear y'all saying those people in West Virginia. Black people don't desire to be poor. I don't hear y'all saying those people in West Virginia. And I never hear about them just desiring poverty. What we always talk about when we talk about them, oh, they want to be anti-government. They want to live on their own. Yeah, they rebellious. They some do-for-selfers. Man, them niggas is the sons and grandsons of moonshiners, man. It breeds like a motherfucker. And the only reason you ever heard of them is because they're motherfucking Sackwood family and them goddamn opioids. Because then it became a medical issue and not a criminal issue. Guys,
so you watch a lot of film? Wayne? So you what?
Where might check it?
smooth survival skills.
My watch is broken.
You can tell time by measuring the sun's distance from the horizon. Looks like happy hour. Head for the mountains.
You're expecting the usual sweet embrace when, well, reality hits. Milestones like this may start at age 9. Discussions with their doctor about HPV vaccination, a type of cancer prevention against certain HPV-related cancers, can start then too. For most, HPV clears on its own, but for others, it can cause certain cancers later in life.
Don't need to go out of town. The war going on. Y'all need me to the news. You think I don't think I'm a bitch out of asshole?
I don't know what they're thinking, but right now,
Y'all need me to the news.
online. Every single pizza. Like what? I'm not gonna overthink it. I'm just gonna get half off sometime.
If I'm being honest, you know,
I think Jama.
you're letting your guard down.
Brand.
Look at this foot. Transmission going dead. And a total ouch. But my man right here, he's got car shield, just like I do. Car shield means when it's very protection going after you're back no long-term contract. No long-term contract. No auto check. Just peace of mind with protection on the high margin system. She also gives a good one car shield.
Call for your free quote and get a plan in just minutes.
This is such a special night. Thank you for being here. Every single person in here, you mean so much money to me. I am cleaning up tonight. Every single woman loves a good girl. And guys don't want to say it because they're like, it sounds like I'm her dad. And it's like, exactly. Okay, just be my dad. I have sympathy for ugly people. I see you, and I don't want to.
Every product Rupp makes is named after one of my buddies in the trades who inspired it and helped us design it. Matt Marin, union drywaller, needed a wedge boot with serious comfort. Tony Tora, Army veteran and jack of all trades, needed a pant that's built tough and versatile. And John Shetland, contractor and business owner, needed a work hoodie that was every step of our listening to the actually doing that because they've earned a seat at the table.
Tomorrow's wine graduation.
That deserves a toast. Yes, I'll order some drinks on DoorDash.
Game spots is hard to split.
Get a coffee.
Never leave it, right?
Friday morning in our game of the night. Oh no, New York. What is going on? Already tied up at 1 apiece against the Hawks. The Knicks in some trouble. Hawks already up by 12 because of that guy, CJ McCollum. But other guys can shoot and they can score, and that is a Conwu with the putback jam. The Hawks up by 14 here late in the second quarter. It's CJ McCollum, Alan Hahn.
He has been killing the Knicks this whole series. He's having a renaissance, C.J. McCollum. You forgot about him. Don't forget about him now.
That's because he played in Washington. Hawks up by 17. Let's jump to the board now. Knicks within 7. The Miles McBride, the triple. It's a 4-point game. Then it's 4 minutes to go. Knicks down by 5. Oh, the block. And it's by Jalen Johnson. Anunoby has a chance. And he beats the shot clock.
OG, triple OG. Those are two of the hero threes he made the shot clock buzzer. More deuce.
This is where you think the Knicks are going to pull away, right? The
Patrick
momentum's
Ewing,
there.
John Stark,
They
Allen
hit the
Houston.
3, and then Brunson right here, the drive spin,
The winner.
the whistle and 1.
Yeah, this puts them up 3, and you thought they're going to complete the comeback and steal one like the Hawks did, Spot.
And then here comes Johnson. Oh, Towns in the defense.
Get
He
the ball.
gets the layup there with the putback. They're down 1 now, 24 seconds left.
All right.
Knicks looking to extend the lead. Brunson tries to create separation.
Yeah, clutch player of the year here, getting on an island one-on-one, trying to create Okongwu with great defense on him on the perimeter. That's not easy. That's one of 2 stops they got late in this game.
Off the air ball, they called a timeout, and guess who's going to get it? We all know, and that is CJ.
I mean, you can't let him go right. You can't let him get the step back. You can't have a smaller player on him. All things that the Knicks did poorly defensively. A great out of timeout for the Hawks.
CJ standing for clutch jumper, and then we all knew that Jalen Brunson was getting the ball, but he doesn't get the shot off.
Everybody knew they put 3 defenders around him. Watch Kuminga come in there and take away space. Daniel
development, especially how the Knicks looked in game one and how the Hawks have handled their business, especially late in these games 2 and 3.
And CJ McCollum, who has had big moments in the postseason prior to becoming an Atlanta Hawk, has just shown up twice now and taken over late in the ballgame. I mean, he had 2 shots in the fourth quarter. Of course, one game ultimately the go-ahead basket, but it's 6 points in the fourth quarter of the game 2 as well. So it's not that he's going off, it's just he's hitting big shots and big moments, and the Knicks have not been able to protect him.
Now, you brought it up on the highlight last hour defensively. We can talk about the Knicks offense, but defensively, there's some disappointment.
Said Rambo.
Defending the Hawks late.
It's the matchups, right, that you're looking at. And number one, what the Hawks are doing is they are hunting Jalen Brunson a lot of times when he's on the floor. And whoever he is guarding has a green light. But late in games, you're also seeing situations with Mike Brown. He's trying to find a defensive lineup, and he's struggling to do that. Mikal Bridges is supposed to be one of their top defenders, and he's a guy that barely played in the second half because he really wasn't getting anything done offensively. But on that McCollum, the go-ahead game-winning basket, you had just tried on him, and you let him go right. This is out of it, so this is an inbound play. It was the first team running inbound play, but you're seeing it all spread out. No Mitchell Robinson on the floor, who's the best big man defender, who could be able to come over and make him adjust that shot. It is a great shot and a great play call. But for the Knicks defensively, you feel like you've got to do better, you've got to do more, because who else is going to take this shot?
You know, I think there's been a little bit of shot clock involved in this one. Like, Dyson Daniels kind of been off the floor, and Dyson Daniels was on the floor.
Jeez, fries and freaky tails.
And I agree with the Mitchell Robinson thing as a late the Knicks did end up calling a timeout to set up their final play. But I think there's so much mindfulness in terms of the crypto issue when it comes to Robinson. But defensively there's just been these moments where you expect this team to sort of close ranks and make the play. That's what we have seen in terms of being one of the better fourth quarter performers during the course of the regular season, and they struggle to do that here in the postseason.
I think you got to give credit to Quinn Snyder.
Yes.
He is dominating this series right now against Mike Brown. It's fair to say that. You call out players all the time for their matchups. In some cases, you also got to look at coaching. And Quinn Snyder, the last 2 games has been really good.
It's been a clinic from Quinn and CJ together. You know, you got to coach on the floor as well. Keep in mind here, DraftKings Sportsbook now has the Hawks as the favorites to win the series. They got game 1 Atlanta down the enthusiasm on that one, right? Hey, the Sixers win 1 game, I feel all of a sudden. Anthony Edwards and the Timberwolves, they took 1 in Denver, now trying to take the first one at home against the Nuggets. And Edwards dropping the 3, they're fired up, they're up by 19 here. Later in the second now, James McDaniels, all that talk after game 2, he's backing up the defense. There you go. Oh, and then going the other way.
Look at that. Who's not a defender? This guy, that guy, this guy. He's naming them all by name, first and last, and he's backing it up.
And the crowd is carrying him. They're up by 22 again. In the first round, these 2 teams do not like each other. Rudy Gobert, the matchup against Nikola Jokic, that's the difference in years past.
There's no question. Stifle Tower.
It was what, 21-7? 21-7 in the first half and 20-14 in the second half.
What's your biggest takeaway? Because for me, what stands out is it's McDaniels, it's Gobert on the highlight. It's not just Ant-Man.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And it's also, to me, the attitude that Minnesota has, and that's what McDaniels said after game 2. He's not hiding from it. It's the fact that they can win this series with their defense, and it starts with the big fella, Rudy Gobert, a 4-time Defensive Player of the Year, who has been maligned in the past about these types of matchups and not really showing up in big moments. But he's showing up big time in matchup as well when Gobert is guarding Jokic. He is winning this matchup right now.
Jokic last night, 7 of 26, 27%, the worst shooting percentage in a postseason game in his career. With all of that, Monica, are the Nuggets in trouble?
You know, as I look at who has been champions as of late, they are teams that can defend at the highest level and really turn the water off. When I look at what the Minnesota Timberwolves are poised to do, how they were built, Tim Conley was in Denver, then he was in Minnesota. They were built to defend, and they take a ton of pride in that, Nagati. I think that's the thing. McDaniels got that, and Edwards should have been really sloppy. Not making the shit out there with this way. Got pushed over there. So you look at last night's performance. Defensively, they're connected, but they got all time started in double figures, 25 points on time, just two off the bench. Like, it does to me feel as if Minnesota is finding their rhythm, just like we've seen them do in the past.
You know, Denver missed Aaron Gordon last night. They missed him too. He's a very good kind of player, both ends of the floor. Peyton Watson really haven't had a by defense. He can defend, and he has not been available yet as well. Keep an eye on both those guys' availability for him.
Minnesota's got juice right now.
Oh, yeah.
That plays a huge role. We'll see how this plays out on ABC tomorrow night with Game 4. Monica Allen, thank you so much. Let's continue the conversation now about the juice. You know who feels like they got some juice right now? It is no doubt what we're seeing from the Cowboys, especially after last night's draft. Before the draft got started, though, Adam Schefter reporting wide receiver George Pickens planning to sign his franchise tag tender. Mutual guarantee Pickens makes $27.3 million this season. He'll report to the mandatory man camp in June and training camp or be subject to fines. That is if he's still on the team, because we have draft night 2 coming, draft night 3 tomorrow here. Raj, you're looking at me right now with Pickens signing this franchise tag. It opens up a lot of options here for the Cowboys. Well, it means they can trade in if they want to. I think when it happened right before the draft, when Adam Schefter reported right before the draft, a lot of people reacted like, oh, this is they're trading him tonight. Obviously, they did not do that. One potential outcome here is that George Pickens has made his peace with the franchise tag and is going to show up to play. Like, we exclude that from all the possibilities, but it is one. So, yeah, they can be number one. They don't have a second round pick. They don't pick in the third round till very late. So they have 1 pick tonight, then they have 3 fourth rounders. They can, they'll build out their depth, and I think what they really like to do is look at the trade market. And I'm not necessarily talking about flipping Pickens for somebody, but doing something like they did to get Pickens after last year's draft, to get maybe a linebacker from another team or something like that. So Cowboys are playing the game they like to play when you get player acquisition phases 12 months a year, and we can do a lot of different things. But yeah, Pickens, they're saying they don't have plans to trade him. They're saying the same thing about Michael Parsons this time last year. Circumstances can change. I think their hope is he shows up and plays on the tag. They got Pickens for a 3rd round pick, and that's why they're not picking later on today in that 3rd round. Traver, I want you to weigh in on what the Cowboys did in the 1st round with 2 defensive guys.
The new defensive coordinator, Christian Harper, you know quite well, Kevin, just the defensive backstroke of the Eagles. And he had a big voice in helping with their board with Will McClay and Stephen Jones, and of course that front office is sharing the capital. Brandon Downs is a guy they absolutely love, and not just because of what he does on the field, because of the stuff up top, the mental intellect, the above the net. This guy is a coach on the field, and for a defense that is so alien with just players and performance and smarts, they immediately get a guy who can get out there and direct the defense in year 1, which is unique, extremely high IQ. They also love Malachi Lawrence. They have some mortgage their entire future, and move up big to get him. They sit pretty at 12. They move up a little bit to 11 to get Caleb Downs. They also get Malachi Lawrence. I started the show saying that the Jets won the draft, but gosh, Dallas is feeling good about themselves this morning. They got 2 immediate players that can help. The comparison for Malachi Lawrence is actually Josh Sweat. When you're like, all right, I guess that's like Josh Sweat is an athletic freak with plenty of upside. He just got paid by the Arizona Cardinals. Cowboys are thrilled. They got 2 contributors on defense, an area they desperately need.
As the Chiefs about Josh Sweat, he was dominant in that Super Bowl. Maybe some thought he should have won the MVP. Your thoughts here specifically with Caleb Downs, because he's just not a normal safety.
No, I covered him a lot. I covered the SEC almost exclusively for college football. I was there his first spring on campus. Kevin Steele, the coordinator, is not great about Nick Saban being one of the smartest guys he has ever coached. He played under Nick Saban and Matt Patricia. You think he's NFL ready to be able to step in? And what I love is we showed some highlights earlier, and Nick was talking about, Phil
find out they need somebody that can sure tackle it in the run game. Time and time again on these highlights, when you watch his tape, he flashes at the line of scrimmage and behind the line of scrimmage. Why? Because he's so intelligent, he diagnoses so quickly that he can beat a running back in the hole. Because he's already expecting it to come, sees it, and attacks it right away. Tackling will be better, leadership will be better. I'll be interested to see how they use him, but instantly got the best pure football player in the draft at 12. That's great value.
Hey, Nick, why don't you jump in here? Your final word as our defensive guy.
Yeah, I think that his positional flexibility is not something that comes up much, but I do think we have to take into account that he might also be like the big nickel for them. He's an incredible tackler. He's not as big as, let's say, Christian or Nicky McGorry, who is kind of the flavor of the month as far as big nickel's concerned, but he's just as physical, and he'd be great in that spot. And I think that we know anyone who's been following football recently understands that explosive plays are kind of the biggest currency. And while you need your offense to create explosive plays, and Dak Prescott will do that, you need your defense to eliminate those, eliminate the explosive plays. The Cowboys were terrible at that last year, and I think that downs will show up, and the explosive plays will go down immediately. It's not a stat that's easy to track, but he will have that impact, and it'll change the complexion of that defense on day one.
You know a stat that's easy to track? Missed tackles, and there were a lot of them from the Cowboys. And one thing we did not do that. It was miss a lot of tackles, and that's a dream for a cornerback. I'm sure Nick knows that and understands that. All right, coming up. Too early for Love. Did the Cowboys make a mistake by drafting Jeremiah Love last night? I should say, did the Cardinals make a mistake? Our crew is divided on this one. That and much more when Get Up rolls on. Meanwhile, let's continue the conversation with a little sneaky hembo time. Who's the last top 3 pick to lead the NFL in rushing as a rookie? Oh, Hembo's feeling really good. He's in the open field. Will Grimes tackle him for the end zone? Find out after this.
Yeah, you know what's right? If something's free, people just can't resist it. Doesn't matter what it is.
Oh, is that free? Wow. I mean,
But what really baffles me is that people turn down free money by not switching to Geico. Customers can save $900 here.
Presenter?
Yes, not quite. Excuse me, sorry. Do you have this in extra small?
oversized visit. Totally.
It feels good to find the right fit. It feels good to Geico.
Chicken al pastor is Jack and Chipotle. Where fire meets flavor. Where heat meets pineapple sweet. Where chicken meets the sizzle of the grill. And where fans meet their favorite. Chicken al pastor. Where fire meets flavor.
Oh, that is a delicious looking orange slice.
No, it's actually my son's slice. Go ahead, you can take it, buddy.
Just kidding. That was a really good one. Don't worry for one, the dad.
Nothing else sounds good.
We can't hire you. It's a good day for a good deal at Outback. Get down under favorites.
This is a top 15 matchup featuring ACC versus SEC. Two conferences geographically linked, and typically the ACC arrives with a chip on its shoulder and a point to prove when they face the SEC. We are in downtown Atlanta at Bobby Dodd Stadium, home field, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. As we'll see a playoff team from last year, the Georgia Bulldogs, taking on the 14th ranked team in the land, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. For EA Sports College Football, Chris Fowler, joined as always by Kirk Hearnstreet. Kirk, let's get right to the action. The Yellow Jackets will kick this deep to get us going. So no return here. He takes a knee in the end zone, and they'll begin the drive at the 25. So the Georgia Bulldogs offense comes onto the field for the first time today. When Georgia and Georgia Tech collide, both sides expect a tough physical game. Georgia typically has the upper hand, is expected to win, Kirk, but they know they're in for a battle when they see the Yellow Jackets over there.
I think it's an interesting perspective when you look at these two teams and how they approach this rivalry. For Georgia, they have a lot of heated rivalries throughout the SEC. But to Georgia Tech fans, there's no close second. No matter where they are in the standings in the ACC.
Oh, the pass rush gets home.
How about that to start the game off by this defense? The offense decides to drop back in the first play, and this quarterback has no time at all because because of the pressure up front.
And they heave it deep downfield. It's caught inside the 30, still on his feet. All the way to the end zone. What a run. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
You know, we're seeing more and more of this in college football. Guys in that slot that got the ability to get downfield vertically. It's a mismatch if you have the right guy. This time they get the matchup that they want, hit it for a big one.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. PAT is good. They jump in front, 7-0. Kickoff team out there. They are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. The offense will start at the 25. So the Yellow Jackets offense gets their first crack now. Got a quarterback here coming off a sensational performance, Kirk. He sounded very confident when we met with him this week. Let's see if he can build on that this time.
Yeah, I think the last game that he played, he just threw the football on time. He didn't try to do too much, found the open receivers, took what the defense gave him, and as you mentioned, we had a chance to talk to him. I think that's what he's looking to try to do, not try to live up to the hype, just put together another solid performance.
The Yellow Jackets will come to the line to crank up the tempo.
Well, this is why running the football is so important. You run the ball and then you go play action. It affects the eyes of the safeties and the linebackers and frees up some space for the tight end to be able to pick up a nice gain.
Good enough for a fresh set of downs. They'll spot the ball at the 40.
All right, here comes that up-tempo look from the offense. Sometimes it's just getting that first down to kick them into that gear.
The senior able to make the stop after a short gain. Second down after that run on the previous play. Intensity, Kirk, already evident this kind of rivalry game. Look, he played one of the biggest rivalries there is.
Good little boy.
It's a sack.
I thought the strong safety did a really good job of disguising the blitz, waiting to the last possible moment, and at the snap of the ball, catching the offensive line off guard. Nobody saw him. He gets home free and comes up with a sack.
Dickerson set the record in his second year. I'm going to say he led the league in rushing yards as a rookie. He was the second pick in the draft. Eric Dickerson.
So here comes 3rd and long, trying to overcome that sack. This is going to be really difficult. Drops back, needing a 3rd down completion here.
Come on, bro.
He's got it in the open. And he runs out of bounds. That's a big gain there. The Yellow Jackets looking to keep this drive moving.
Look at this, Chris. After that big gain and a first down, they're already at the line of scrimmage, ready to get this up-tempo offense cranking.
Pass rush closing in. Here's a fumble way behind the line of scrimmage.
But it's a good job by the defense to force the fumble, but you have to have the collective awareness for someone to get on top of it. It's a lucky break for the offense.
Number 2 in 2018. Traeger, I'll start with you because we had a very heated discussion in hour number 1. What's your reaction to the Cardinals?
Second and long for this offense after the sack. Caught over the middle. It's Bishop. They make the tackle, but not before a solid gain on that pass. Drops back, looking to throw for it on 3rd down. And they hit him just as he releases the ball. It's incomplete. So here comes the kicking team on the field. They'll settle for 3. They will trust the kicker here from 55 yards out. Let's see if he can get it there. What a kick. It's good from 55.
Boy, this guy had plenty of leg here, too. Chris, you remember the days when a kick from 50-plus was a major accomplishment? Now these guys knock these out like they're almost automatic.
He's brought down to the 27-yard line. Decent return. And the Bulldogs offense is back out on the field. They punched it into the end zone the last time. Let's see if this defense has made some adjustments to stop her this time. First play of the drive, we're going to throw the football. It's a quick grab.
We see this all over the country now in college football. Defensive back staying back a little bit deeper, forcing the quarterback to have to throw things in front. I like the decision here by the quarterback because he gets positive yards. It's a good way of staying ahead of the chains.
The Dogs looking to run some tempo here. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. It's a screen pass complete to the running back. And he's out of bounds after gaining decent yardage. Offense getting set. It's 2nd down.
Now the defense is getting pressure on the quarterback. They got a little bit fooled here by the screenplay. Nice positive gain for the offense.
And he's brought down, but he does have enough for the 1st down.
This is what makes the RPO so difficult to defend if you have a quarterback who can read it. It's that old argument, which guy has the chalk last, or the quarterback that can...
Looking downfield near the end zone.
Catch the ball, kid.
Completely flat out drop. What would have been a touchdown. 2nd down coming up now. Incomplete. 2nd down coming up. Handoff from the shotgun. They make the stop at the 25, but it's 1st and 10 for this offense. Georgia setting up for the 1st and 10 now. There's the snap. Looking to throw the ball. Looks over the middle, and that's complete. And the defense swarms not much of a gain on that completion. Offense getting set up. Here's 2nd down. They're going to run the option. Oh, and it's fumbled. The lateral goes wrong. The ball bounces out of bounds, so the offense will hold on to possession. They come to the line, a long way to go for the 1st down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. Let's a fly to the wideout. That one is the defender was right there, and it brings up 4th down now. Coach electing to go for a field goal attempt.
Hey, it's an incompletion, but it's a nice job by the quarterback. I know it didn't pan out, but the most important thing is he didn't turn the football over, and he didn't take a sack. It'll give your kicker a chance to put some points on the board if they opt for the field goal here on 4th down.
Following the field goal, the kickoff team is out there now.
Snap, the hold, the kick, everything there perfect to put 3 points up here for the offense.
That one bounces through the end zone, so they'll start at the 25. And here comes the Georgia Tech offense back out on the field. They got points on the board last time thanks to a long-range field goal. First play of the drive, they'll come out throwing. Catch made over the middle. They get him down, but the gain moves the ball up to the 36. The drive stays alive with that completion for a 1st down.
Okay, here they go. Big 1st down, good pickup, and they are off and running.
Going absolutely nowhere. That'll be a loss on the play.
That is called gap integrity. Nice job by this defense of taking away that inside run and then using their speed as the back tried to bounce that to the outside. There's just no room to run.
Stop right near midfield. It'll be a 1st down. Here comes the up-tempo offense.
Boy, is this tough to deal with for this defense. Not only do you give up a big gain, but look at this. They're already at the line of scrimmage about to snap the ball again.
On 1st and 10, looking to throw. Lets it go quickly.
Catch that ball, Flip. Oh, there's 2. You got to catch that, bro.
They're one of the star players on this defense. Couldn't make it. So after the incompletion, it's 2nd down. Quarterback drops back, probing the secondary. Looking right. This one caught. Past the 40.
Oh, my goodness, bro.
Tackle. And the Yellow Jackets hustle to the line to run the hurry up.
What a pitch and catch by the quarterback and receiver for a big gain for this offense.
From the shotgun now, here's a handoff inside. That's a nice tackle there by the senior. Quarterback looking to throw it on 2nd down. Launching one to the end zone. Looking for a touchdown, but it's incomplete. They're backed up here, trying to make something happen on 3rd and long.
You know, the game often comes down to a play or two, and the offense just missed a huge opportunity for a big play. Going to have to make some adjustments there and maybe go back to that play and see if they can come up with a big opportunity.
Tackle after the completion. Offense will now set up inside the 5. And the Yellow Jackets hoping to punch it in here. They have 1st and goal. 1st and goal, they'll try to run it in. Nothing doing on that play. The big D tackle there for the stop. Now they come up 2nd and goal from the 3.
Come on, bro.
Touchdown, Yellow Jackets. They finish finish off the scoring drive. And we'll set up for the PAT. And it's up and good. Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. He's going to return it from deep in the end zone. And he's tackled at the 30, so a good choice to bring it out of the end zone. And we begin the drive here, set up at the 30. QB decides to keep it here. Here's the second down play. Looks like the QB is changing the play at the line. Looking to pass here on second down. Quick throw to the left. Pass ball is incomplete. There was a lot of contact. No penalty. Brings up third down. Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. And he'll drop back here on third down. Looks to his left and makes the completion. And he'll get the first down yards before they finally bring him down. And a player is down injured after that last play. We'll take a timeout where they check him out. And looking to throw now on first down. He escapes the pocket. He's going to pull it down and run. Scoots out of bounds after a nice pickup on that running play. This Georgia offense is moving quickly down the field.
You know, they tried to catch this defense napping on 1st and 10 by taking a shot downfield, but the defense does their job.
Taking a shot deep toward the end zone. And he makes the catch. Touchdown, Dogs.
Well, I think this receiver is so much fun to watch, Chris. I think he's as good as anybody in college football this year. Great job with the quarterback recognizing an opportunity. He gets rewarded with a touchdown.
They're set now to try the PAT. PAT puts him in front by 7. So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. They'll return it from inside the 10-yard line. They'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. Offense out there for the first play of this drive from the 18. First down, looking to throw the ball. Fires it to the wideout.
Woo, he almost got it. He almost got it.
Defensive player, a chance at a takeaway. Got away from him. Don't see that often. Second down after the incompletion. Quarterback sets up, looking for an open man. Running back grabs it on the screen.
Hey, it's a game, but you get the sense that this offense wanted a little bit more from that play.
Third down, out of the shotgun. Looking for a man deep down the left side.
This
one is broken up, falls incomplete.
Well, anytime you defend this kind of offense, you need defensive backs who are really comfortable in defending the ball being thrown downfield. It's not just the short to intermediate throws, it's the deep shots that they're willing to take. I love how he showed patience here before he knocked the ball away.
And he's going to head out of bounds, but not before picking up some good yardage on the return. And one final play before the end of the quarter. Quarterback checks the defensive look, makes some adjustments. Here comes a first down pass attempt. On the move now. Looking deep down the middle.
Pick.
And is intercepted. Follows the pick with a nice return before finally being brought down. Let's check out the quarterback comparison here through the first quarter.
Finish this, I have nothing to do, and this afternoon I'm gonna quit. I will play after.
Plenty of time for some plot twists here as we begin the second quarter.
Even more because they pay me a little extra than y'all do. But that's all right.
Let's get into last night. Let's talk
Simpson, quarterback out of Alabama. Sean McVay say they did inform the MVP, Matt Stafford, of their intent to select Simpson earlier in the day. And you know Dan Orlovsky, he's been high on Ty Simpson. Here he was, taking his victory lap last night.
The 13th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft. The Los Angeles Rams select Ty Simpson.
It's a pleasure.
Take a bow.
Not the crowd chanting Dan O behind you. Is that what's happening there? Okay. I know you're really high on his film. Do you like this pick by the Rams, Dan? You were calling it the whole time. How you feeling today?
Yeah. I love the pick by the Rams. That's not once in a lifetime moment, Steve A, okay? Like, let's calm down. Let's relax with it. For you it is. I think it's you it is. Go ahead. No, it's not. No, it's not, Stephen A. No, it's not. No, it's not. All right, Elvis. All right, Elvis. High school shout out.
Keep going.
It's good business by the Rams. It's good business by the Rams, okay? Good organizations are always living in the now and the future. And if we look at the quarterback spot, more often than not, the organizations that are drafting that position when they want to rather than they need to, long-term win out. If you think back to when the Ravens took Lamar Jackson, they had Joe Flacco. If you think of when the Green Bay Packers took Jordan Love, they had Aaron Rodgers. If you think of when the Kansas City Chiefs took Patrick Mahomes, they had Alex Smith. I think this young man's a really good player. I understand the 15 starts, but those 15 starts on tape, 10 of them are unbelievable before he gets hurt. And I thought it was the best tape in this year's class. He gets to go to a place that organizationally, top to bottom, will run. He gets to go to a coach that is as good as anybody in football, and he learns behind a future first ballot Hall of Famer. So this isn't about the now for them. This is about the future, and this is what well-run organizations do.
Go ahead, Brad.
Yeah, I think the confusing part for me is Les Snead, Sean McVay, and the Los Angeles Rams have been the prime example of make moves to win now and have those things work out. And now all of a sudden they make the ultimate wait and see. Maybe he will be extremely good quarterback move. And now, I agree with Dan. You don't want to be drafting this position when you need to. But you mentioned Lamar Jackson, transcendent talent. You mentioned Patrick Mahomes, transcendent talent. This follows along with what Green Bay